afternoon and good evening. I'm Saskia, aka Sassy Colouring, and I'm here with a video of some art items that I've bought over the last month and a half. Disclaimer says that these are my thoughts and my opinions. What might work for me might not work for you, and that's okay. With that being said, let's see what I bought. So the first item I got was a Helix metal desktop sharpener. This is a heavy duty sharpener for both standard and jumbo pencils. It's not mechanical, it's like hand cranked, but that's okay, that's what I wanted. And there's also a button to turn that gives you different lengths of sharpener. I don't know how to say that. It'll sharpen your pencil to different lengths. So I'm actually unboxing this in front of you and showing you that it comes with this little hand crank to work things. I'm not really sure what that did. I did check the instructions, but not very well. This is the second time that I'm filming this video because I filmed it once, then started using a sharpener because I wanted to see how good it was. Then my camera ate the video, so I had to refilm. So effectively I got to unbox twice, which was twice as much fun. But I just wanted to let you know because I already had the chance to use it and I love it. So I got this on the Amazon Prime Day sale. Its normal price is £12.49 and its sale price was £8.55. So I felt like I got a really good deal with that one. I was a bit torn between getting one that you do yourself, like hand crank, or a motorized one, and I went for this option just purely because I would like to try this first. And then possibly go on to the motorized one. So as any normal pencil sharpener, you put it in, but it has got a wide enough slot for nice thick pencils. You put it in, it sits in really nice. You adjust the button at the back as to how sharp you want it, and then you just crank around once, twice, 3 times, whatever. The carriage will close back to like the body of the sharpener, and that's when you know it's done. As I say, I've been using this for a few days now, and my very temperamental Prismacolors all seem to sharpen to a beautiful point in this. So this is a Stettler pencil, and I don't know if you can see the point there, but it's a really nice sharp point, so I'm happy. So if you're watching this video when I first put it out, we're the 9th of November 2020, and Black Friday is around the corner. So just keep an eye out for these kind of deals. They might only save you €1 or €2, but they are really worth the expense. So my next item is a really interesting one. I bought this, again, as I did the video before, I was unboxing it and I broke the top of the pencil case. I just couldn't get into it, so I ended up breaking the top of the pencil case to get into the stuff inside. This item is a 22-piece blending set. There are 9 tortillons, 8 blending stumps, 2 sandpaper blocks, 1 pencil extender, 1 sponge, and a pencil case. A broken pencil case because the zip didn't open, that's why I had to break it. The sale price of this was £4 only, and the normal price is £7.95. So you may or may not know, but here in Ireland we don't have our own Amazon. We have to use either .com or .co.uk. It's a toss-up as to who will send things to us. Sometimes .co.uk seems like the obvious choice because it's closer, but they refuse to send certain things across to us here in Ireland. So normally we can go .co or .com even, and the Americans will send it to us instead. Most of the things on this video though did come from .co.uk, so they may not be available on the .com website, and vice versa. Sometimes the things that you find on the American website you can't get in the UK, and then sometimes neither of them will send them to us here in Ireland. Not very nice of you guys, but we'll let that one slide. So this one I got off the UK site, and I wanted it because I have a few blending stumps and I love them. I really like using them. I'm getting into them more and more, but I wanted different sizes, and so this one came with like 8 different sizes and this amazing sandpaper block, because you know when you're using a blending stump that you get to a bit and then you've got to kind of find a nail file or something around the house to sharpen or get rid of the colour. So this was a really good idea, where the sandpaper is on this block and you just, like you would with a nail file, rub it, get rid of the top layer of paper, and then you've got a nice clean surface to work with again. So I found that the sandpaper is about a medium grit, and I know sandpaper from my dad being a carpenter, not from an art perspective. So this to me would be kind of very medium. It's not too rough that when you drag the pencil across it or the blend-in step across it that it's going to take loads of layers off, but also you have to give it a bit of work. It's not so fine that it's taking you ages and ages. There's about 8 to 10 pieces of sandpaper on this block, and you do get 2 of them. So obviously each piece of sandpaper is not going to be a one-use thing. You just use it until it's not doing its job properly, and then you tear that off and there's a piece underneath. So for that alone, for the idea, this was worth £4. If I say euro instead of pounds, that's what we use. So now I'm going to let you into a bit of a secret. I'm not sure what the difference between the tortillons and the blend-in stump is when it comes to art. So obviously you have a tortillon and it is made of rolled paper rather than compacted paper, so it's kind of hollow inside. They came in all these different numbers, but they're hollow inside, whereas a blend-in stump is like one solid block. So I need to do some research to find out what the difference would be between using a tortillon and using a blend-in stump. I did try to see if they fitted onto the extender, but none of them fitted in right. I suppose just because they are all different sizes. Then we come to what I actually bought the whole packet for, these different blend-in stumps. So as you know, when you're doing like a landscape or a background, you want a nice big chunky blend-in stump to do the bigger areas, but then sometimes you've got this tiny area and I want something really, really small, and this kind of covers it all. So that was the purpose behind me getting these, and I can't say that I'm disappointed. I think it's a really nice set, especially for £4. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad if I had to pay the £8 for it. I'm going to keep doing that, pounds and euros. At some point I'll throw in a dollars as well. Again, in my haste to try out everything, I did use one of them already, and it's lovely. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It blended out my section really nice, and yeah, I'm not really sure what the beauty blender spongy thing is supposed to do, but again, maybe it has a really good use in art that I haven't found yet. I will have a look, and I hopefully will find one for it. Okay, so next we have a bit of a mystery prize, because I don't remember where I ordered it from. I'm assuming it's going to be Wish, because it came in just a white packet with my address written on it, which is not normal for Wish. But it's a mechanical pencil. It's a larger sized lead. It's a 0.2, so it's really nice and thick. It came with an extra set of leads and an eraser. It's really nice to hold. It's really nice plastic. It's really comfortable to hold. The lead looks quality lead, if you can get good quality and bad quality. Yeah, great. I just don't know where I got it from. But then it could be that I ordered this from Wish maybe last year, or even at the start of the year with the pandemic and everything. Things are taking literally 6-7 months to get to us. So I can't tell you how much I paid for it, but it's a nice item. Okay, please don't judge me for my next purchase, but I did buy another Spectrum Noir tray. This is my third one. Because I think they are just so practical, they're so good, it's such a nice design. It gives you something really pretty to look at while your markers are stored super safely. So if you think I'm affiliated with Spectrum Noir, I am not. I just really love this product. If you haven't seen me rave about this in my video, then you should go and have a look, because the stacking system is brilliant. Everything about this stacking set of trays, look, I love it. So the next thing I got is not directly art related, but anybody who likes art and collecting pencils, I have a feeling also will enjoy this. I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to post-it notes and journals and notepads. So this one, when I found this, literally made me eek. I love how pretty it is. I love the setup of it inside. I love everything about how cute this set is. I got this from our local Lidl or Aldi. I'm not sure which one it was. They're pretty much the same shop, aren't they? But it was on sale, and I think it was supposed to be $5.99 and I paid $1.99, and that's euro. So I felt like I was stealing it. I didn't actually steal it though, I did pay for it. But it's super handy, really, really cute, and I probably will never use it because I buy these things and then refuse to use them because they're too pretty. So my next item I bought for Inktober. I ordered it maybe end of August, thinking I had a month to get it. But it must have had a really rough journey coming to me, because it came and it was kind of all, it looked dirty. I'm not going to say it was dirty, but it looked dirty. I did get it off Amazon, but I don't know whether it was a return. Somebody didn't like it and they returned it, because the front of it looked almost as if it had kind of been drawn on. I don't know. I was going to send it back, but then I thought by the time I found the listing and sent it back and, you know, waited for it to actually get back there, it could have been another few months, because as I say, I ordered it the end of August and I didn't get it till midway through October. So I'm going to paint over the front of it anyway. I have kind of gone over it with hand sanitizer wipe just in case. So I've sanitized it. It also was on a Prime Day sale, so instead of paying $4.99 for it, I only paid $1.99 for it, so it's less hassle to just keep it and not send it back. Okay, so my next item, a couple of you may have seen before, because during Amazon Prime Week, any deals or good colouring deals that I found, I posted up on my Facebook group. So this one was one of them, because I could not wait to get my hands on this packet. This is a 3D colouring puzzle, 6 pieces. The original price was $19.99 in UK sterling, and I paid $9.99 on Amazon Prime Week Day. As you can see, it came with a set of markers, and there are 6 different puzzles inside. So the markers are quite generic. They're not like as good as your alcohol markers are going to be, of course, but I assume that these have been tested on the actual kind of cardboard that the puzzles are, and that they'll work quite well. The nibs are fairly thick for the amount of detail that I'm seeing on the card. But of course, you don't have to use these, you can use whatever you want. And there's 24 markers that your children can use, or you can keep for other things. So each puzzle comes in its own individual pocket, plastic pocket. I don't know what these are called, cellophane pockets maybe. They seem quite thick. It's not actually cardboard, it's more, it's like foam kind of in the middle rather than cardboard. But to me they seem sturdy and like a quality product. So the first one that we've got is the elephant. And as you can see, it comes with the instructions. The card has got a really detailed design on both sides, so whatever you colour, when your model is put together, it's going to have colour all over it. It's going to look really pretty. So you can either color the entire design and then pop the pieces out. As you can see, they're like die cut, so they will pop out quite easy. Or pop all the pieces out and then color the bits so you're not losing any of your coloring when you take the pieces out on the leftover pieces. Does that make sense? Maybe, possibly. So that's the elephant. I did think I was going to get 6 animals, but we got a swan. There was the butterfly, which I think is going to be super pretty when it's done. They are all the same pattern, so I kind of assumed that they would be different patterns. I don't know why, but they're not. They're all the same pattern, but they're going to look completely different when you've coloured them anyway. Then we have the horse, a building, and the Eiffel Tower. So again, I thought that I would get all animals, and I'm kind of a bit disappointed that I didn't get the lion. There were bigger sets, so I think you could get a set of 10. So I assume that there are obviously different designs, and what you get on the front of your box isn't necessarily what you get inside the box. So that's just one thing to keep an eye out for if you decide to buy them. But I do think they are worth the price before or after Amazon Prime Day. So the next arty thing I'm going to show you is a resin mold. I bought some resin quite a while ago, maybe about a year ago, and I love messing around with it. I'm not very good at it, but it is good fun. So I bought a small kind of pot, and I got this grid, which possibly is going to end up being a pencil case or like a desk tidy for my pencils and pens. I have this notion in my head that I'm super clever with resin and that this is going to turn out absolutely amazing. I may do a video on it depending on what kind of disasters happen while I'm doing it. So that was my resin molds. Sorry, my voice keeps getting croaky and I keep needing to take a drink. So next I got some Copic markers, Copic Chows. So here in Ireland, Copic markers are super expensive. They're around €5 per pen, and then you have to add postage onto that, which is usually around €3 or 4 per marker. So sometimes you can end up spending up to €10 per marker, unless you've heard of Cork Art Supplies. So Cork Art Supplies is the cutest shop in the entire world. You walk in and it has almost everything you can imagine to do with art, crafting, all sorts of stuff. It's a small local business. They do ship international, but they are super helpful. The staff always go out of their way to make sure that you're taken care of. So it's a shop that I enjoy supporting, especially through lockdown. They've got a great system in place where you can order certain amounts per day. And then they kind of cut off the order, and then you have to go back the next day, so that each person is taken care of in the way that they're used to doing it. Their packaging when they send it to you is always super cute. They've got these Van Gogh bags that they put them in, and then they wrap them in cardboard. They're one of those shops that they're a gem. You're so glad you found them. So if you do Cork Art Supplies in County Cork, Ireland, go and have a look. They were €4.95 per marker for me here in euro, and then combined postage. So they were brilliant. Now the next thing was my big splurge, and that was a set of Black Widow colouring pencils. So I've heard loads and loads and loads and loads about how brilliant Black Widows are, and I took the plunge and decided that, okay, I'll get a set for myself. There are 24 pencils in this set. And as I said before, this is a video that I'm doing for the second time, so I'd already kind of taken them out, swatched them, and then had to pretend like I was opening them again for the first time. But the plus side of that for you is that I can already tell you that these pencils are lovely. Do I think they compare to Prismacolors? They're not. Still, they wouldn't take over my Prismacolors for me, but they're not far off. They've got some really nice colors, really nice gradients within the colors. The pencils themselves, the black barrel, the black wood, the red writing across them, they're so pretty to look at. And I know that's not a big thing when you're choosing colouring pencils, but for me, it does make a difference. Presentation is everything, it's key. So I love the way that these are presented. I do really like the way that they colour. I am going to do a video maybe later on, maybe December time, on these colouring pencils, because I did some really interesting kind of comparisons between these, my Faber-Castell, and the Prismacolors. And honestly, spoiler, they held their own. So for the price difference, despite the fact you're only getting 24 colours, for the price difference, if you're looking for a starter set of pencils, these are fantastic, phenomenal to use. So Black Friday is coming soon. They usually have great deals on colouring pencils, especially Black Widow. They've also got a new set of pencils, if I'm not mistaken, that the Black Widow have got a set of pencils called Monarch. And I don't know if I've misseen this, but I'd really like to have a look at them because they look like they're a much bigger set. Yeah, so this is my art haul. Some of the things may interest you, some of them may not. I know if you're into colouring, you may not be into resin, and vice versa. If you're into colouring and resin, you may not like drawing, so the sketch pad is no use to you. But all of these different things I find great fun, and I cannot wait to colour in these 3D puzzles. So that's it for today. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. The like button shows me how much you want content like this, and if you comment, then great, we'll have a conversation. Stay safe, and as always people, stay sassy.